brought to you by Artalsorian Games. So last week on Season 2, Episode 2, our intrepid adventurers split up after the motel room explosion, with Trince, Reno, and Jinx chasing the helicopter by vehicle, leaving Jimenez and White to explore the town in search of a stylist to fix Jimenez's singed hair. Local law enforcement joined the chase in the form of Barrett's security, though whether it was to keep the peace or establish their authority, no one could really say. But in their usual chaotic fashion, the trio dispatched and I use the term loosely, authorities with aplomb, and celebrated their victory with questionable victuals from the local convenience store. Meanwhile, Jimenez and White made their way on foot to the one hairstylist in town, a woman by the name of Monique, and she happened to be the only person who was also willing to chat openly about what was going on in the town. Later on, she eventually invited them out to dinner. Now, before dinner, however, White decided to take care of some business and visit the pawn shop across the street, as their owner was a bit too interested in Jimenez's hair appointment. There at the pawn shop, Jimenez and White learned quite a few interesting items. Namely, that their crew is infamous and known to the residents of the town as being responsible for the demise of IEC, the town's sole employer before Barrett moved in and took over. The party was so infamous, in fact, that the pawn shop owner announced his intentions to collect the bounty on each of their heads to the tune of $200,000 per head. He, of course, failed to collect on that when Jimenez dragged his sorry ass over the counter and threw him into a shelf of junk so that White could have a better, more personal, heart-to-heart conversation with them. Episode 3 will start in just a moment. Until then, this is Anino signing off and encouraging you to be your most thoughtful selves.
Hello, everyone. We're live. Apparently, we still have a few errors on Streamlabs, but welcome everyone to tonight's episode of Cyberpunk RED. I am Simon at Wandering DM. I'll be GMing tonight's game, but before we go into the introduction of all of our wonderful players, I would just like to take a few seconds to thank all of our sponsors. Beginning with, of course, Artalsorian Games, the makers of Cyberpunk, and thanks to whom we are giving away another Cyberpunk RED Jumpstart Kit tonight after break. So stick around if you would like to get your hands on the rule set that we've been using in Season 1 to create our characters and play the game. Our other sponsor tonight is, of course, Found Familiar, great coffee company. And also a meta sponsor of our Cyberpunk RED campaign. Check them out at foundfamiliar.com, and you can even use code WanderingDM to get 10% off your purchase. Another sponsor that we have is Magen Press. Magen Press are makers of 5th edition D&D supplements. They have a Kickstarter on the way soon for Conspiracy in the Stars, their very first adventure and basic rule set for Dark Matter, which yours truly actually wrote part of it. So check it out once the Kickstarter starts. It launches, sorry, it's probably going to be at the end of July. I think it's like July 29th or something like that. And our other sponsors tonight is Roll20, the virtual tabletop that we've been using to play this game. You can see it on the overlay. You can check them out at roll20.net or use the link in chat. Lastly, we have a partner through the Diceomancy program, that big purple torch you see in the panels down below. This is Level Up Dice, makers of dice, very fancy dice made out of stones, semi-precious stones, or metal. And they come out with regularly come out with new sets. You should definitely check them out using the link either in chat or in the panels down below. That said, let's go around the table. Tell us very quickly, who are you? Who are you playing? Are we frozen? We'll start with Deirdre.
Oh, hey y'all. Welcome back. You know me. I'm at Deirdre on Twitter, Praxagora Thesmia4 is, see me around on Twitch. And I get to play Trins, the friendly neighborhood mechanic, who is entirely here for all of the shenanigans and support. Also, enjoying testing her brand new, her homage to that great icon of vehicular fashion, B.A. Baracus, with her combat RV.
Mm-hmm. Which we saw in use in the last 2 episodes. We'll see what happens this week with it. Our next player is Chris.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris Geary. You can find me on Twitter at Chris Geary. Tonight, like every Cyberpunk session, I am playing the role of Mr. White or Dr. Frost, depending on who you talk to. And he seems to have gotten a little scattered ever since the finale of season 1. And kind of jumping around a little bit in his behaviors. But hey, he was almost assassinated. He was blown up. Some wannabe in a podunk town tried to flex on him. It's been a day. It's been a thing. Anyway, so looking forward to this episode.
I mean, you haven't been blown up yet.
That was a fiery blaze. That's a form of blow up.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been exploded.
Yeah, no. You are still in one piece.
Mm-hmm.
For the time being. That said, our other player is Rin.
Hey, I'm Rin. I'm playing Jinx. Yeah. I'm gonna try not to get blown up or shot at or something while protecting people, hopefully. Maybe. Yeah. That's about it for now.
Next up is Anino.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Anino. I use he, him pronouns, and tonight I'm playing Jimenez, who also uses he, him pronouns.
And last but not least, Adelaide.
I am Adelaide Gardner, or Adelaide on Twitter. I play a Dutch, a Siamese cat. Actually, that's my character's cat. I'm just kidding. Memes. I play Reno, our solo, who does have a cat named Dutch that is Siamese, that is on our bus right now, just hanging out. He's just chilling. He's the life of the party, really, you know?
And
I need a nap.
And we're still having issues. I can see the frames dropping left and right. We are going to try a few things just to see what's going on. But it's still loaded anyway. Yeah, we might beat the 53 errors tonight. Trying to figure out what could be causing all of this. But I won't spend too long on that. If the sound is okay, we will keep going. But I have a feeling... my computer is not liking something. I'm running at 100% CPU. That might be why things aren't going so well. Ah, yes. Goodbye, Adobe. That might help us. We'll see about that. I killed it and it went back to green, so... it might not be Slubs, it might be Adobe trying to hijack my stuff. Because, of course. So that said, we ended our last episode with the group agreeing to meet with Monique, the hairdresser at Springfield's only hair salon, and to meet her at her house, right above the salon. It's a small apartment with very little in the way of decoration. You remember the apartment building that you live in. Your respective apartments are bigger than hers. The only thing that basically would give an illusion of room is the fact that, just like her hair salon, it is built on a street corner. So there's like a little bit more room where the dining table is and the kitchen. Enough to say that while it is going to be crowded with the 6 of you there, you can still have room to move about a little bit. Okay, calm down, Simon. Much like the rest of town, her apartment has seen better days. Paint is peeling from the walls. The, what do you call those wooden things that you put like at the top of a wall near the ceiling?
Crown molding.
Crown molding.
Yeah, the crown molding. It has fallen off in many places, leaving just gaps where you can even see the different colored paint underneath it. She doesn't have much in the way of possession, but she seems to be faring better off than the rest of Springfield. I know that the group had split into 2 groups last week. Reno, Trins, and Jinx went to hide the RV, while Mr. White and Jimenez went across the street to have a talk. You
Boys'
had
night
met
out.
Huh?
I said it's a boys' night out.
A boys' night out. You had sent a message to the girls when they were at the gas station to bring tequila and I think wine, but I don't remember in my notes. I wrote it as booze. So
We got hot dogs. I remember that. Or we
Yeah,
were looking for hot
snacks.
dogs. Taquitos. We were looking for
We're getting the taquitos. Hot roll of taquitos.
and
The message was to bring tequila because that's what Monique requested instead of wine.
So with Jimenez and Mr. White being the closest to the hair salon, I think we're going to start with them, unless everyone just decided to wait outside for everyone to be there. I don't know if you would prefer to arrive first, or if you would wait for the rest of the group.
Well, it depends. She asked us to give her an hour. So...
Yep.
Do we need to kill an hour before we show up?
You've already killed with the polite conversation with Larry. We'll say it's about a half hour that you've killed.
Okay.
So you would still have a half hour to just walk about if you wanted to.
Is there any place you want to go, Nino?
Who's a Nino?
I'm sorry. Manas.
No, this doesn't seem like a neighborhood you would just walk around casually in. Especially when, you have a 200K bounty on your head.
Yeah, I still don't know if that's real. I want to verify it before I start to brag about it. Not every day you can say you had a 200K bounty on your head.
More or less, I would prefer if our fellow neighbors who are much better at shooting the guns are around, and I can, hide.
Fair enough, fair enough. So let's lay low and meet for our dinner rendezvous. I gotta make a phone call. So I'm assuming the stairs to the upstairs parts are probably out back.
Yeah,
of
they're
the building?
outside. It's a they're not technically completely outside. It's like a separate door that you go in that only has like the one staircase leading up.
Okay.
So it's not like the fire exit or anything, but
I don't know much about this whole stealthy stuff. Do we like walk around the block and then go through the alley or something? So that way it doesn't look like we went right back to Monique's.
I feel like the damage is already done.
All right, then. We'll just walk across the street. And I'm going to make a quick phone call. Or 3.
so you walk around just the corner of the street. Who do you call, Mr. White?
Well, first phone call I make is to Alt. And basically, I'd just be like, hey, Alt, I need you to look deeper into Barrett. There's something fishy here. See what kind of interest they actually have in this town. This doesn't look like a normal corp setup. They're slow playing something and brought in a shit ton of security. A lot of outsiders not utilizing the locals, even for grunt work. That seems weird to me. And a bunch of them are all former NCPD. What that tells me is this is probably a little bit more, I don't know, militaristic. Can you cross-reference their security, actually all their staff, with the helicopter pilot guy that tried to kill us, and see if there's any connections? Basically, I want to find the guy that got all these cops here. I'll find out how dirty they are, and whoever that linchpin is, I want to know who it is. Yeah, break the linchpin, things tumble down. So if you can get that for me.
Give me a few hours.
Yeah. And seriously, when you find that person, tear into their life. I want to know everything. I want to know every shameful dark secret.
It's gonna cost you.
I expected nothing less.
We'll go with my regular fees then.
Done.
I'll get back to you as soon as I have information.
I appreciate that. We're looking for leverage here, as much as you can find. And then he'll hang up, and the next phone call he makes is to Kiyoshi.
Okay.
and he's guessing he's probably going to get voicemail. So he just leaves us.
It rings for a while, but Kiyoshi actually picks up.
Oh. Ah, Mr. Kiyoshi. I'm honored that you had time to answer my call. I thought that you should be aware that it seems that the IEC has taken out a decent sized bounty on each one of us. And before we could get out of where we learned about this information, they lit the place on fire. But I saw a photo of you that someone took, looked like with the agent. I don't know how wrapped up in it you are, but I figured at minimum you deserved a heads up.
I thank you for your call, Mr. White. I have to say, I did not expect you reaching out so soon after what happened, but...
Well, your life is more important than anything else, so... Well, life in general. I figured it's worth it.
I
So,
will keep an eye out. I have my
Yeah.
own bodyguards, but I think it would serve me well to double them.
Yeah, the person that tried to kill us was a former NCPD. So,
It's a good thing then I only hire from the private sector.
well, there's that, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is they're, I don't know, somewhat serious about it. Firepower is pretty heavy. But I'm sure you and all your resources can take care of it. I just wanted to make sure you were not caught surprised and without hearing from us first that this is transpiring.
Do you know who put the bounty out?
So far, the rumor is that it came from, or the money's backed by IEC, and one of the people that's been disseminating the information is some thug named Santino.
Never heard of the name, but I will make sure that my men are aware of this.
Yeah, he's some, I don't know, fashions himself a mobster.
Like half the people in Night City.
Yeah, I'd say a little bit more classic mobster, trying to be, you know, the Don kind of thing. So that might narrow it down a little bit. I don't know as much as I want to, which always makes me a little unhappy.
I will keep an eye out. If I find anything out, Mr. White, I will let you know. You have
appreciate
done
it.
us a great favor in the past, and I would not be surprised if IEC's owners, Militech, were trying to get rid of you for what you've done.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure they'll just off whoever it is that tries to collect the bounty. They ain't gonna pay that kind of dollar for us. The rumor is 200K a pop.
For a company such as Militech, Mr. White, €1,000,000 is petty change.
Yeah, but they also know that they're also smart. Just like you, would you pay €1,000,000 when you knew you could get the same result for a third or less?
Oh. Believe me, if I wanted to have you killed, which I do not, I would go through professionals, not mobsters.
Yeah. Which is why I have no idea what's up or down or what's real or what's not. I think a lot of it is smoke and mirrors. Nonetheless, I saw your face in one of the photos. Only one, though. and I figured it warranted a phone call.
Well,
So, take care of yourself. And I heard from a little birdie that somebody unfortunately desecrated your family heirloom that I told you, or that I had mentioned to you a while back.
mm-hmm.
And that's a shame. I wish I had heard about it before they had gotten to that stage, but the news came to me too late.
There's a long moment of silence on the line. And Kiyoshi just says, I appreciate what you've done.
My best to you. And I got some business to take care of. Take care.
And he hangs up. During that time, I assume you aren't steering, like, too far off of the hair salon. You're probably just, like you said, walking, like, the block around it. Jimenez,
Yeah.
while Mr. White is busy on the phone, would you make me a perception check? That didn't seem to have worked. So 12?
12.
You notice that there's a few people that are looking at the two of you funny. They're eyeing you, following your movements up until you round the corner. They even walked, like, from the other side of the street to keep pace with you for a little while. And if you just look over your shoulder as you round the corner, you notice them immediately lose interest. And just walk back to where they were.
Jimenez is just going to look ahead and see if that's because someone else is picking up on them, or and then he'll maybe look at the environment and see if there's anything off or suspicious about the buildings or the stores or cameras, anything out there that might be surveilling them.
You notice that there are a few street cameras, but they seem to all have been busted or broken. The one camera that you see that doesn't show any sign of damage, like the blinking red light on it is not on at all. They are hanging out near a hardware store and a completely boarded up establishment. And much like the other townspeople that you saw before in Springfield, they too have prosthetic limbs. One of them is a foot, which you can clearly see because there's a, like I said, the prosthetics are like old and secondhand. So you can see the ankle is actually just these two big bolts of metal. And then there's a shoe. And the other one has the half of his head is like sewn together with like hardened, it looks like hardened leather. But there doesn't seem to be any other like prosthetics on him aside from this weird head job that they got.
Interesting. Jimenez will test the waters a bit, and he's going to use his agent to take a picture of the area, or that hardware store and the boarded up area. Maybe try to catch some of the faces that are also just loitering around.
When you look at the picture after you've taken it, you notice there are two shadows in the hardware store, where the caches are, like a customer and a worker. You recognize the customer? You don't recognize the worker. But the customer, judging by the shape and hair, is none other than Sandman. He's not looking your way or anything. He's just like buying something at the store, but it just so happens he's there.
Oh, weird. Jimenez is going to maybe duck around into an alley or just around there and just, try to stay out of sight. He doesn't really want Sandman to notice that he's there.
Okay. Make a stealth check. During that time, Mr. White, you notice Jimenez ducking into an alley before the block ends. So essentially cutting like your walk short. What do you do? You're still on the phone at that point, but I mean, you're still allowed to move while you're talking.
I'll just change my direction and follow where he's going.
Okay.
20.
All right. You both duck into the alley. And you don't need to roll stealth, Mr. White. It's mostly for Jimenez since he's acting a little bit suspicious. But you, for all intents and purposes, you vanished. You notice Sandman walking from the hardware store past the boarded up place. He's holding a like small clear plastic bag. And inside are like, it seems like there's a claw hammer, a bunch of nails, and pieces of PVC pipe.
Does Sandman look like he's gotten any new cyberware or replaced any cyberware?
No, Sandman, much like many of the more serious wrestlers for Night City Wrestling, tends to either have internal cyberware, so like stuff like a Chiron or like a data jack or something like, for eyes or neurological or whatever, but there's no outward cyber tech on him. He looks a little hulky though. Like he gained a lot of muscles in the shoulder blades.
Interesting. I believe Jimenez will still have that guy's agent or his number in his
Oh yeah, I mean they're like
his phone.
work contacts, so
Yeah. Jimenez will just snap off a text to Sandman and just hey man, just want to check in, see how you're doing.
He replies, "You won't believe the shithole this town is. My B&B's already leaking and I have to repair everything myself."
Well, that sounds entirely unpleasant.
Still up for the shoot?
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
thought of a concept. I'll show you the location.
All right.
Let me know when you're in town.
Sounds good.
And if
He'll
that,
wait till, he'll wait till Sandman disappears out of sight and, resume the walking.
all right. If there's nothing else the two of you would like to do, that would pretty much cover your half hour of walking around. I will move the camera to the girls, who are camouflaging the RV.
Yeah. In a back alley behind the salon.
Munching on chips and taquitos.
And giant Rice Krispie squares.
Mm.
So basically, Trins is hiding the car while the two others are eating.
Yeah.
That-
She has a giant big gulp.
Oh yeah, we all have big gulps. That's right.
Trins has the big gulp zombie.
We are not
All of the
sponsored by
flavors.
7-Eleven.
No, we are not. We're not even sponsored by Quick Trip, yo. But yes, Trins is probably doing most of it, and the other two are watching. Unless she's like, here, pin this.
For what it's worth, a cat just entered our office and is staring at Rin. Like, he's angry that she's not paying attention.
Mother, my bowl is only 3/4 full. I am starving.
It probably is that.
I am prepared to die.
But that said, you cover up. I will ask for this covering up of the car. A check. I just want to see if it probably will be stealth, but I just want to see if there isn't like another one that could fit.
I mean, there's land vehicle tech.
Yeah, but there is no actual tech to like tarps and shit.
Sure.
No, I'll go with stealth. I'll go with stealth, and because you're taking a while to do it and taking your time. Oh no, there's actually a conceal object. Aha. We'll go with conceal object. It's an intelligence
We have a
skill. And,
Oh.
I'll give you a +2 because you're taking your time to do it. It's not in any like you have enough time to like put the tarps on, then like stand back, look through different angles. Like it's not you're not doing something on the spot. So go ahead, roll intel plus conceal with a +2, and that will set the DV for spot checks.
14.
All right.
You know what? I'll spend a point of luck to make it a 15.
Okay, DV 15. Okay. That is noted. It takes about
Yes,
I'll
it's
say
a
that
full-on It's a full-on A team hiding the black BA Baracus van in a back alley.
Yeah, it takes about a half hour to make sure it's done right. By that time, you've munched on your snacks, you've drank. Well, under the heat of the Nevada desert sun, probably drank the whole big gulp. You still have a half hour before your appointed time for the meal. Was there anything that you wanted to do?
We could shoot things.
Target practice.
Little competition.
Sure.
I'll shoot things. I'll judge. I can judge. I can set up targets. That's what I can do. And I figure by this point, because Trends was doing most of the labor involved with hiding the RV, she's like pulled off the coveralls and tied them at her waist, and she's just wearing a tank top under them.
Will We'll do it that way. We'll do it with 3 targets.
We're ruining his plans. That's what this
completely.
boils down to.
No, absolutely not. I figure you probably don't want to go like all the way in the streets to shoot.
No.
So you want to stay probably in the alley. So we'll do like close range targets.
Pistols, okay.
Yeah, if you both have pistols, that
Mhm.
would be the best. What I am looking for is we'll do 3 checks.
Okay.
15, 20, 25.
15, 20, 25.
Basically, you'll be at 10 meters, 20 meters, 30 meters. Or in feet, 30, 60, 90 feet. And if you both hit the target, to determine who hits it the closest, we'll go with the highest roll.
Okay,
So if you both succeed, the tiebreaker is the highest.
gotcha.
So the first targets are set, probably the empty big gold glasses. Set up on like a few cinder blocks. And Reno and Jinx take a few steps back and are ready to fire.
Oh, that's a 0. That's a 10, right? Yeah, that's a 10. Woohoo! Okay.
That means you get to reroll.
I just rolled another 0.
Then you roll again.
I'm so sorry. I swear to God. Okay.
As long as you roll zeros, you keep rolling.
They're right there. They're right there.
I
Okay.
believe you.
I've never done this before. A 9. Okay.
So that's 29 plus reflex plus your pistol.
Okay. 29.
Pistol's handgun, right?
Handgun, yeah, sorry.
41. God damn! I rolled 2 crits.
Jinx is just gonna be like, fuck that shit.
This bitch only deals with sniper rifles. Okay, she can't handle it up close.
All right, so that's
Weak.
So that's 1 point to Reno. The second set of targets are set. You take a few more steps back. You fire again. By the way, these shots, Iminez and Mr. White will hear them walking around the block.
Okay. 7. That's not bad. 19.
19 versus a 15. Actually, 15 is... You only have a +8 with endguns and reflex?
I have a
No,
4. Oh, Rin.
I meant Rint, yeah.
Yeah,
What's yours?
no, Jinx, it's all shoulder arms.
Yeah.
No,
She has a +17 with shoulder arms.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could take my sniper and like head back another 200 feet and I'd be fine.
Well, the second point goes to Reno again. Because for the second one, the DV was 20, and Jinx didn't hit it.
Wait, I guess I didn't hit it either at a 19.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, 19 total.
So you both missed the second one. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You can try again.
Try it. Let's go again. Oh, that's not good.
Remember, if you roll a 1, you have to roll again to reduce by 1d10.
15. I rolled a 3.
So that misses.
You
And-
also didn't hit.
And that misses as well. Actually, the fumble, I will say that the shot went wild. It ricocheted off of the brick wall and almost hit Trins. It actually plinged on your RV, making a hole through the tarp.
I just
Sorry.
point at. I
Sorry.
point at Rin. I point at Rin.
I'm sorry.
I think Trins is much more upset about the damage to the RV and just runs over to check the paint job and is like buffing it out.
There's a
Like
tiny
taking
circle scratch mark.
taking the sleeve of the coveralls and you're like using it to like buff out the thing. She doesn't care. She almost that was not a problem.
Which is shocking because Trends always cares about getting shot. I mean, not Trends. Deirdre always gets worried about getting shot.
So this mysterious second target has yet to be hit. I'm just saying, do you want to try again?
Last one.
Last one. Otherwise, I'm going to get my freaking sniper.
Not good. Three away. I'm 17. Damn.
15.
Nope. No one manages to hit the mysterious second
Oh,
target.
we're trash. It's fine. I put my pistol away.
Jinx goes get a sniper and backs up. Screw this shit.
Imanez and Mr. White, as you're walking around the block, you see Trince jog out of an alley with her sniper rifle. She kneels down on the other side of the street.
$27.
Nice.
There, 35.
So, yeah, with the 35, it bullseyes the second target. Your ego is restored.
That's better.
1 to 1. Each shoots a little bit.
It's all good.
Next turnover. It's fine.
Jimenez just turns to White and just says, and they say professional wrestling is uncivilized.
Yeah. I'm not sure what to make of all this.
Do we see the guys now? I wave. Hi.
So, what was all of that?
Never bet with a woman when guns are on the line.
What she said.
No, I meant the kneeling in the street thing.
I couldn't hit the target. Pissed me off.
Apparently there was.
Close?
Yeah.
Well, how about this? And he pulls out the shiny shotgun from under his heavy coat and hands it to her. Says, use this next time.
Ooh, I like this. Oh, this is nice.
I think that's outside of tournament regulations.
I don't know what you guys do with guns or whatnot. I mean, most of the time, the one I carry for work is just for decoration.
I don't shoot things.
I could teach you to shoot.
No, I'm
Reno
good.
could
I'm
teach you
good.
to shoot.
I'm good at plus and for. And I don't like. I'm not a gun person.
That's fair.
Okay. We have tequila and there's rum.
Yeah. You make your way to the entrance next to the salon. Of course, the stairwell that leads to her apartment is just as cramped as anything. So I would like to know who's the first person to climb the stairs? Who's the one that's going to eventually knock at the door once you get up there?
Well, would you like to, Jimenez, or shall I?
You can do it.
All right, I will go first since it seems that I made the dinner reservation. Can I have the bottle of tequila, please?
Entrance has a bottle of tequila in one hand and a bottle of rum in the other. I wasn't quite sure, so I brought both.
That's fine. I'll take this.
Okay.
He'll reach for the tequila and walk up the stairs.
As you reach up the stairs, it's a simple, simple reinforced steel door, that leads to her apartment. You bang on it a few times, and you hear
I
the
rap
sound.
like a gentleman.
Oh, okay. Well, it takes a
I'll
little
knock
bit
out the
longer than
doors.
for her to answer, but you hear the sound of a few locks, and then the door open. And beyond the door is, of course, Monique. Like I
We have a
described.
reservation for 5.
1, 2, 3,
And he'll
4,
extend
5.
the bottle.
Oh. It's even my personal favorite brand.
Sometimes you get lucky. Other times you're good.
Not like there's a lot of different brands we can get in here, but come in, come in. And she looks at everyone and just nods as you enter. She's like, it's going to be a little bit crowded, but we'll be okay. Food's going to be ready in a couple of minutes. Why don't you all sit down? Make yourselves comfortable. I'll go open the bottle.
Trins is annoyingly looking around the room, evaluating space and determining how she could fix it.
You would probably need to tear the place down. Like, it's that bad. It's a step above a tenement. And it probably gets very cold at night. She has a few cacti on the windowsills. One of you will have to sit uncomfortably close to some of them. But otherwise, the place is clean. Like, she keeps it as clean as possible. Of course, the table is wobbly. She sets down 6 shot glasses and the bottle of tequila. And she says, so, I've met the 2 gentlemen here. Who are you 3?
Trins, do you mind if I fix the table? It's bothering me. I can fix it. I'll make it better.
Just as an aside, if you let her fix that table, she will attach rockets to the legs.
I'm not going to attach rocket to
I'm
the legs. It's
warning
not going
you
to do
now.
anything.
I'm warning you. You will have a levitating table by the end of the night.
I mean, I could make it a levitating table. We could just, set it up on, if you want it suspended from the ceiling, then you would be getting more room on the down. But I'm not saying that. I'm saying I just want to fix the leg.
Case in point.
Sure, after supper.
Oh, okay, cool. Hi, I'm Trins. Sorry.
Yes, you said that already.
So are you Jimenez and Mr. White's new girlfriend, or?
Oh, hell no. I just did his hair. She points to Jimenez.
Oh, looks good. Oh, I like the.
You can say you didn't like it. It's okay. I won't take it personal.
Oh, I think it looks cool.
I'm sorry, Nina's.
Like, she just cut the burnt ends off.
Well,
I think Reno just admitted she never liked your hair.
I just like long hair, personally. It's fine.
Well,
It's
I mean,
hair, it grows back. It grows back. It's fine. You could be bald and still just fine.
Now she's talking about me.
I see. And, what was your name?
I'm Jinx. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, I almost forgot. Amenez, you want to give her the other housewarming gift?
Oh, right, the pistol.
I pull out my pack of smokes and light one up as I'm asking her, is it okay to smoke in here? And I just kind of continue smoking regardless of her answer.
She looks at you and says, "You're not sitting near the plants."
That's fine. Is there any windows in here?
Near
Where
the
the plants
plants.
Shit, that's fine. Yeah, your choice.
Now, was that about a...
Jimenez will just hand over the pistol. I'm like, oh, one pistol.
The clipper box.
Oh, that's right. It was in
That's
the...
what they put it. That's what Larry put it in.
She takes it and like raises an eyebrow at the two of you because it's a... She looks at the box and says, that's my clipper box.
I don't know how Larry got your clipper box, but hey, got a twofer now.
She opens it and her eyes grow wide. She takes the revolver from inside and just looks at it like every which way. It's been so long.
Did you lose that on like the Titanic or something?
You don't separate a girl from her gun.
Well, I learned that running around with these three.
I second that completely.
I don't have a gun.
You want one?
No, not really.
Change your mind.
And she slips it
It's
in.
only good for work.
She slips it in her back, like through her belt.
There's also whatever ammo we had that fit that pistol.
Oh, good. I won't have to clubber people with it. She closes the clipper box, puts it on a low table elsewhere. It says, "Thank you for the booze and thank you for the housewarming gift. Is Larry's business going to have to close shop?"
No, we came to an understanding before that happened.
Well, you'd better not come in at my door, knocking at my door, trying to bring in some trouble.
Oh, no, I don't think he's going to try and bring trouble.
Good.
Well, I don't know. It depends. If he doesn't know how to properly, introduce himself, it might be awkward. Pretty sure he has a thing for you.
Who doesn't?
Fair enough. I'm just saying, when you crush a man's hand under the heel of your boot, he says a lot of things that you don't ask for.
Well, I'm not interested. And she
Duly
goes to the
noted.
kitchen, opens the oven, and brings out a kibble casserole. It's just as unappetizing as the name kibble casserole sounds.
Fuck it, I'll have some. It's fine.
It's food.
And
Waste not, want not.
she sets it down with like plates and everything and just start eating.
It's not like poison, does it, or anything? Don't ask. It's long. Been a long journey to get here, let's say.
I cut hair and shave beards. If I wanted to kill you, I would probably slit your throat with a straight razor.
If you knew what we knew, you wouldn't blame us for asking. I'll take in.
I will. Mr. White will do his best to try and determine what spices were used. She promised good spices, and since cooking is kind of his thing.
You notice the main spice in it are beefsteak spices, like steak spices.
Okay.
But there's a hint of Cajun behind it. Not a whole lot, but probably because she doesn't have a whole lot. But it does taste like just a little spicy with an overpowering taste of pepper. She's not the best cook. She does what she can.
Well, she's working with kibble, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will slowly be polite.
Mm-hmm. So, what are y'all doing in Springfield?
He's got a show.
Oh, really? And she turns to Jimenez.
Jimenez is sort of just eating the kibble casserole and kind of only paying half attention to the conversation that's going on.
A show?
Yeah, I'm here with the Night City Wrestling.
Thought we mentioned that in the salon.
I'm just trying to make polite conversation. So the five of you are all together. They're your entourage, I guess.
Oh God, no. They're more like my neighbors, and just thought we would take a road trip out of town.
Well, you have chosen a very nice spot. I would, however, be careful if I were you. I heard some gunshots while I was prepping for supper.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that uncommon around here? He just glares at Jinx and Reno.
Oh, I mean, middle of the day, yeah, you don't hear a whole lot of that. Dead of night, you might hear a few. It's mostly people trying to keep critters out of their stuff, but people are getting desperate with IEC closing and Barrett coming in and all that. So.
Yeah, what's with Barrett not using any of the locals?
I don't know, they don't like us, or they see us as useless now that everyone sold part of their bodies to IEC.
Been there, done that.
That's interesting because Bad Industries doesn't seem to be in the biotech industry. They're more mechanical. I would have thought they were putting up like a factory or something. Something that a bunch of out of, work and on hard times people would jump at the chance to, I don't know, get some good honest work in.
I don't know if they intend to build anything. I haven't seen any construction sites. It's not like we would be told anyway if something was going to happen. I don't know. They brought in security for the most part from out of town. They tend to not want to interact with any of the locals, and
yeah, Larry was saying something about that. The old sheriff ran off or something?
Yeah, after IEC closed. I don't know what was up with him. But you know, me being the eternal stranger here, I am not privy to all the inside gossip of this town. I take what I can get on my barber chairs. That
Fair
said,
enough.
I don't know if it's any good for you. It might be for your show. But there were sort of lights, like spotlights, a couple of nights ago outside of town. On
Going
the
up or
way to
coming down?
Vegas. Oh, they're going up, like spotlights, like searchlights.
Ah,
Searchlights.
so going out into the sky.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We've never had searchlights before, so that might be Barrett. I don't know. I didn't want to go check. I mean, whatever they want to do out in the desert. That's all I know.
So, how long have you had that trusty revolver? You seem quite attached.
A couple of years. Pretty much all that I had when I left Night City.
That's more than a couple of years. Didn't you say you've been here 13?
Yeah. You know, a couple, 13, 15. Yeah, I've had it for a while. It wasn't my first. Hope it'll be my last.
Well, it's a pretty piece you got there.
Well maintained, unless Larry did some slimy things to it.
I have no idea what he did or didn't do.
I can
Yeah.
check it if you want.
Are you gonna put, like, hover rockets on it?
No. I can realign the sight for you, though, if you want, and make sure there's not anything jammed in the barrel.
Make a persuasion check.
Cool. 18.
18. She reaches in back of her and grabs the revolver. She sets it down on the table and pushes it your way. She says, but don't break it.
I'm not going to break it. And she starts pulling it apart very professionally and just right there at the table. It just kind of slides the plate away and just is pulling it apart. As, you know, throwing out the barrel, taking out the mag, checking to make sure there's no gun and no bullets in the chamber. Before she goes into like cleaning it and taking and maintaining it and basically seeing everything about it.
It's not in very bad shape, but make a weapons tech check. I'll say it's a
How's
DC
that?
12.
It's a 23.
Yeah. It there was a bit of surface rust on it. The sights were a little on a line, but not that much. Like, it seems like it's just wear from the time. One of the chambers, though, had something stuck in it. You managed to, like, fish it out and make sure that there wasn't anything that would remain, since it was an old piece of, like, dried out gum.
Dude, I do not know who had this gun, but that's just nasty. That's really nasty. And she's like refiling it, making sure the barrel's right, the sights are right, slides it all back, finishes cleaning it, slides it all back together, and slides it very gently across the table. There you go. Should be fine now.
Nice. While this is happening, could you all roll me, except the person that is sitting next to the cacti? So you have to decide who's sitting next to the plants with their back turned to the window.
Can't be me. I'm not allowed to sit next to the plants.
So whose is it?
Jimenez will probably be sitting that way.
Okay. So everybody else, make a perception check.
Option. Crap. That's the one I didn't create as a macro yet. Regular
Perception, intelligence.
Perception
No.
is
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's under intel. Yeah, sorry.
An 18.
I got
15.
21.
Did you say a 51?
No, 15, 21, 37. And what did you get, Adelaide?
19.
19.
I mean,
okay.
sorry, 18. 18.
18. All right. So everyone manages to see what's happening, except that Mr. White sees it a little bit before everybody else. In the reflection of his glasses. Something, it's not in the reflection, sorry. A glint caught your eye, like magnified through the glasses. A pickup truck slowly driving down the street in front of the salon, like rounding the corner. Or I should say about to round the corner, because they're coming from the other side. On the back of the pickup truck, mounted on a tripod, is a machine gun. Manned by 2 people.
Okay, so we are inside this building, though.
Yes.
Do they look like they're coming, like they're just heading along, or like are they coming to a stop in front of?
They're going to slow down because they want to round the corner.
Right.
But the machine gun is leveled to aim at the 2nd floor.
Oh shit. Where we are.
Yes.
Shit.
I think a dinner party is going to be interrupted. Where's your roof access?
Fire exit in the bathroom.
Jinx?
My sniper is in the bus.
I've got my rifle.
I mean, I have the shotgun. That'll work. Now.
That's close range.
Didn't you?
Jimenez
Wait.
is going to slide out, and he's going to head for the bathroom fire escape and nonchalantly climb out and try to get onto the roof.
I'm gonna go get my gun. So, somebody want the shotgun?
I'm sorry, shoulder arms on my thing.
Okay.
I don't fire things.
I look at the hairdresser.
Can Trins just dive under the table? Ducks under the table.
I'm heading to the roof access, I guess. I've got my rifle, but I never go unarmed, so. If it's like out of the room, I'm assuming we're not in the bathroom. So like if it's back in the hallway, I guess, you know, where it's safer. Yeah, hell yeah, I'll head up to the roof.
Mr. White is going to what utensils are on the table? Mr. White's gonna
Good lord, I was muted all that time.
Hmm.
Anyway, I wasn't saying anything intelligent. I was just pointing to players and asking them what they wanted to do.
Gotcha. So, Mr. White will pick up his folk and palm it, and then he'll wander over to wherever the light switch is and turn out the lights.
All right. It's at that moment that you hear the rat-tat-tat-tat-tat of the machine gun starting, and bullets begin to fly through the wall, through the window. It doesn't hit right now any of you, seeing how with the angle they're mainly shooting up. The only person that would have been probably in danger would have been Jimenez with his back on the window. But otherwise, they're doing a number to this apartment. And you can hear behind the sound of the machine gun, like people cheering. Not a whole lot of voices, like 3 voices. The moment that they've like drove by the apartment, they stop shooting and you hear the tires of the pickup screech as the pickup tries to drive away. That's when I'll get back to all of you. Before this pickup tries to drive away, during the hail of bullets, is there anything else that you would like to do?
So, would it have been possible for Jimenez to dive at the gunners in the turret from, say, the fire escape?
Wait, repeat that?
So would it have been possible for Jimenez to dive from the fire escape and, sail right into the people on the turret?
Yes. It's possible. But you're gonna have to roll. Probably roll high.
Sure. All right. You know what? Let's do it. So we're going to say, are we going to go with a martial arts attack, or do you want me to do an athletics roll?
You're gonna surf down flights of stairs on a metal staircase outside. I would go with athletics. That would definitely be athletics.
All right. $18.
I'll give you a choice. You get on the pickup truck as it drives by, but when you land, it takes just a little bit of time for you to get back up, like after you've crouched from the landing, meaning that the people in the back of the pickup truck will have an action before you can do anything else. Or you fall short and you don't get to the pickup.
What if I burned 5 luck?
Then
That's
you fall-
compelling, Simon.
Then you fall on the pickup truck as it was meant to be.
Do I fall and say like a flying wrestling dive, like a crossbody dive on at least one of them? or would I have to roll
Um,
a separate attack?
I would make you roll a separate attack because he can try to dodge you coming in. The
Okay.
athletics was to aim for the pickup. You know you're going to make it, but now that you want to body slam someone, he can still try to dodge out of the way.
Okay, that's fair.
So it would be an attack against his defense, and it's a defense of 15.
Okay.
I need to add music in the background again.
So that's an 18.
18! Yeah, you fall onto one of the two guys in the back of the pickup, slamming them to the ground. The other one looks astounded and confused at this person who just flew down like 2 flights of stairs to perfectly land on someone right next to him. But that would be your turn. What about Reno?
How long does it take me to get to the roof?
Like you're in the over the course of your turn,
Mm-hmm.
while they're firing and turning,
Mm-hmm.
like you can get to the roof. By the time you
Okay.
get to the roof, they are like they're in the next action that the driver is going to take after you take your turn
Okay.
is to step on it and try to leave.
Okay. I guess once I get up there, especially if they've kind of already passed and I'm like in almost behind them, I guess, or like positioned where they're like not looking at me, I'll take a shot at them.
Okay.
Let me pull up my gun stats. Okay. Oh, that's a crit fail. Oh, that's a crit fail.
Subtract another d10.
Oh,
Mhm.
you're right. Okay. -4. Yeah, I did this thing. I mean, I don't know what that is. 4 plus 12 minus 4.
12 minus 4 is 8.
Is it 8? Okay, all right, that's fine. I know that's not gonna hit.
No.
No.
Even though from the height advantage that you have,
Mm-hmm.
you're about 20. Yeah, you're about like 10 meters high up in the air.
Okay.
You fire at the pickup truck and hit like the truck itself, but that's it.
Okay.
Like you
That's fine.
don't hit any of the driver or the passengers or even Jimenez for that matter.
Very nice. I'm gonna immediately back down behind whatever small, if there's any small cover that I have. I just don't want them to get like an angle on.
Yeah, no, there's
You
like a
know.
little low wall, like decorative
Right.
low wall on the
Yeah,
corner.
it's best to hide where bullets are coming from as possible.
All right. That was Jimenez and Reno. Jinx, what do you do?
Okay, question. Since he flying tackled and she's shooting, have the bullets, like you said, they sprayed bullets, but did they stop because surprise?
Because of what Jimenez did, yes. But also because they were past the apartment.
Okay. Can I shoot from the window with the shotgun and hit them?
You can try.
I hate when you say that. $24.
Yep, 24 hits.
Yay.
Very close, though. No, seriously, with a shotgun, it's like a DV 20. So that's just a 1 bullet. Who were you aiming at, by the way?
The one that was probably Jimenez hit which one?
One of the two in the back.
Okay, I'm going for the one that had the gun in his, well, who was holding the gun.
Okay, so the one that's standing up that is not being knocked prone by Jimenez.
Did I do that right? It's 5d6, right? Yeah. 16 damage.
He is hit, like, face, head, like, in this general area by the buckshot from the shotgun. He goes flying off the pickup truck, the back of the pickup truck, through, like, just the sheer force of the blow. He's still moving, probably barely holding on to life. Mr. White. What is Mr. White doing? Chris?
Sorry, I didn't hear. I missed that.
Oh.
Mr. White. They're taking off.
Yes. Well, they're gonna try to.
Okay. Mr. White's just gonna go down the stairs and walk out to the street.
Okay.
I don't know how close he can get in that amount of time because I'm not running. So.
All right. And Katarina.
Trends is gonna lean out the window, and she doesn't shoot things, but she knows cars.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna evaluate the hell out of this car as she can. Make, model, seeing how well they've attached a machine gun rig to a bed of a pickup truck. That's a lot of weight. Did they reinforce the shocks? Did they do a separate, how's that rear suspension doing? Is it a rear wheel drive or a front wheel drive? 4-wheel drive.
It's a front wheel drive. The back end is lower than the front end because it's been jury rigged on top of it. The shocks haven't been reinforced. This is an old pickup truck. It's a wonder it's still running. You have the feeling that this was used to be discarded afterwards.
She would shout then to whoever could hear her. Hit the rear wheel, it'll flip.
And on that, we're gonna go take a break. Take a few moments to stretch out, to get some delicious found familiar coffee. Get up.
And your taquitos.
And ready to 7-Eleven. We will be right back, everyone. See you later. Hello, everyone. We are back with some coffee. So, ratatatata, machine gun fire. I'm on the wrong mic, but that's okay. There we go. Machine gun fire. Katarina looking out the window, shouting to shoot at the rear wheel. Jinx firing from another window at the people at the back. Jimenez is lying prone in the back of that pickup truck. Reno's is still on the roof shooting, and Mr. White was going downstairs.
Oh, they didn't fall off the pickup truck together?
No, you slammed one to the ground, but I thought like slammed into the pickup truck.
Oh, it
The
was more
bed
like
of the
a
truck?
flying tackle. That's why.
Okay, you wanted to tackle them off the truck?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, small adjustment. It doesn't matter because you succeeded anyway, so it's just a question of which direction they fell. And so the pickup truck tire screeches, like I described earlier, and the truck takes off into the night. With how everyone is placed, the only person that could do something is Reno. Like, to the pickup truck, I mean. Because they've rounded the corner, so they're out of sight from everyone inside the apartment.
But I can see them.
But you're
And
on
they're
the
in
you're on the
range?
roof, so. Well, I mean, range goes all the way to 800 meters, so to 2,400 feet.
Okay.
So like, you can try. It's just the farther away they are, the bigger
Yeah.
the DC.
I mean, why not? I mean, I'll do another last shot. And fuck, I need to pull up the rules because I got like a +2 or +1 or something. Whatever, it don't matter. I'll roll. Why not? Why not? Not good.
Was it a 1?
It was not a 1. It was not a 1.
Okay. At least.
15.
15? Are you burning some luck in that?
I got. I'll burn 2 luck. Make it a 17.
17. They've rounded the corner. They started. I mean, that's 300 feet. Yeah, I'll give it to you at 17.
Yes. Nice. Okay.
But you have to tell me which part of the truck you're shooting at.
Was the guy in the machine gun, like, it's the same turret setup like we have,
No.
or they like, you know?
It's more like we put like we welded a tripod to the back of our pickup, and we
Okay.
just mounted a machine gun on it.
And that guy fell out.
Fell
with-
out through because of a shotgun blast. The other one fell out because of Jimenez. That leaves the driver.
Okay. Well,
Who's
I
running
know trucks. I have a pickup truck. They have a big window in the back.
Yes.
I'm just gonna go for that, like in the driver's area. You know, not something specific like a wheel. Just
Just
See if we can-
in the general direction of the driver.
yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So roll for damage.
Okay.
Driver's gonna have a little bit of cover.
Ooh, that's good. 12. 16. Oh, 17.
So you shoot through the window. Do you have cyber optics? And
I
if so,
do.
what kind?
I have the low light, and I have the targeting scope. That's a +1 to an aim shot.
Okay. With the low light, you can see well enough that like there is a spatter of something.
Yeah. Okay. I
There
hit him.
was a splatter in the truck, in the cab,
Okay.
but the car keeps going.
Okay.
So you didn't kill them. It swerved a little bit, but
Mhm.
not that much.
That's fine. On this rooftop,
Mhm.
is it like in a long row? Can I like kind of like hustle and
Parkour?
follow the rooftops?
Um,
Just to like kind of not, I don't want to necessarily shoot again, but just see where they're going.
make an athletics check.
I can
Yes,
do
it's
that.
possible. There, like, think of it as a
This is pretty good.
the downtown area of
Yes!
these little towns in the boonies, where like every stop or every store shop is like right next, like glued next to each other.
Well, I got a critical for my first one. I got another critical.
Parkour. Do you yell parkour? That's the important part.
Hardcore parkour. I gotta keep going then, because I keep going, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Until
Oh
you
my
hit
God.
something else, then it's
These are really good dice. Tabletop loot, everyone. Great dice. A 6. Okay, so 6. 12 plus dexterity 12. 21. Is it wait, plus the zeros? So
yeah, because I was
40,
like, that
41.
can't be 21.
Yeah, sorry, 41.
You sprint out in a mad dash, something that you haven't done since they took the cyber out of your legs. You feel like the burning sensation in your chest as you're running, like catching out of breath. You actually have to catch yourself before you fall off the last building on that block. You ran, like, you can't necessarily keep up with like a truck going at full speed, but you ran enough that you could see the driver almost clearly. An older gentleman. You notice that he has a long white beard, like almost like a Santa Claus like beard.
We've never seen anybody like that before, have we?
Not in Night City.
Okay.
And he drove off the main road and then turned where the motel and the gas station were.
Okay.
But then keeps going.
Okay.
So he's leaving town in the direction of Night City. Though Night City is like many hours away. But he's leaving town. He's going west.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna radio in on my chip. Well, I shot him. He's not dead, but some Santa-looking old man. Know anyone, White?
Not yet, but I plan to introduce myself to somebody who might.
I figured you might have met somebody at the Senior Citizens Club or something.
Ha! Just because I too have a big beard doesn't mean it's white, nor am I that old.
You should have seen this jump I got. Like 6 feet of air.
No, I saw
Still
it from
got
down
it.
here. You look
I
like
still got it.
one of those action films.
I should have been an actor.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
you have the chops for it.
Oh, sorry.
Jimenez is just listening to this and just thinking, oh God, really?
Well, as you're thinking this, the guy under you is trying to get away.
Yeah, he's not gonna get away. I'm gonna grab him.
All right, you put him in a lock.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him in an armbar, and I'm gonna unmercifully separate his arm from his shoulder.
Dislocate.
Just dislocate it, not like
Oh,
tear it
okay,
completely.
okay. Whew. Whew.
Sorry,
It's just-
my bad.
I've played a really rough character in Vampire, and that's my idea of separating someone from something. Is mostly.
He is very-
I forgot the
very
company
rough.
that I'm keeping with.
He's a very grumpy guy.
I know. I've been watching that stream.
So I checked the person's stats. I would just like to know, Iminus, what's your body?
9.
I'm not even gonna roll for them. They are like my size.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like, you know Abby from The Last of Us? Like, she could break me. Easy. Like, you know Ellie from The Last of Us? She could break me. And she tiny. So, yeah. It basically, like, 5'5", 110 pounds. So.
People pay a lot of money for that nowadays.
What's that? To do what?
Okay,
There we go.
Dominatrix.
I know. That's why I'm gonna sell merch of myself. Coming soon, a Wandering DM buddy pillow. You all shake your head, but I know you want it. I know the metrics. So...
I don't know what kind of metrics we're talking about here, but from outside of the front of the building, I see
Yes.
a couple guys in the street.
You hear...
Menez.
Well, yeah, the
brutally-
first thing you would hear when you step out of the building is this howl of pain. And the distinct clock of a now limp arm.
I know what that is. I can technically fix it. Are there any lights on over at Lazy Larry's?
Nope, he closed up shop. There is a street light in front of it. Like on the sidewalk, illuminating the street.
Yeah, I just didn't know if maybe he lived above it like Monique over there.
Nah, his is a 1-story high thing.
Fair enough. Then I'll just walk over to wherever Menez is with his 2 pals.
I think this guy will keep, but that guy took a nice shot to the chest over there.
Do I think he could survive?
The guy that was shot?
Yeah.
Yes. Because you're you.
But I also don't have anywhere to do real surgery. I've got part of my kit and a fork.
I mean,
last I checked, you could kill with a spoon, so maybe you could save him with a fork.
I was gonna say, if you want to dig up pellets, like buckshot from someone with a fork, you could try.
I'm not going to try and clean. No, I'm just trying to keep him from bleeding out. Use a very high-powered magnet for that.
So here's what we can do. You have unfamiliar equipment and wrong tools for the job. So you can try to save that person, but you'll have a -6.
I can do that. All right, so I'll just walk over and I'll look over at his buddy that Jimenez has, and I'll be like, "Hey, you like this guy?"
No, they.
No, not you. Him, the guy with the floppy arm. Do you like this guy that's bleeding out?
That's my brother.
Family, honestly, doesn't always mean you like him.
Okay.
I can try and save him, or I can let him bleed out. But I need to know. You need to make that call right now.
Son of a bitch owes me $50.
So keep
Wow,
him
you would let him
alive or let
die
him
for
die
50
and you'll
bucks?
sell his shoes. I don't know.
Alive.
Alive. Okay. That means you're going to tell us everything you know, as soon as I'm done here. 19. With the penalty. I already subtracted 6.
Oh, wow. Why am I not surprised? This is 19. Yeah, you're good. For now, anyway. He's not going to die from the wounds. Luckily,
He might die from an infection. He's going to need some antibiotics.
Yeah. Luckily, most of the shots, because they came from upwards and from the side, they mostly got through his shoulder. They mangled his shoulder. And a few went across his face, but like nothing perforated the arteries on the side of the neck or the throat.
Okay. Well, I will patch him up as clean as I can.
Okay.
And then I will move him out of the middle of the street and prop him up against a building.
While you do that, what are Jinx and Trins doing? And Reno?
I'm gonna head back to the apartment. I have the vague sense of where they're going. Just scanning the horizon. Does it seem like it was just the one truck? Okay. Sheet. Okay, not bad. That's 10. 16.
Sorry.
Looked like it came from a different direction. Uh-huh. Right. Is that one marked? It's probably impossible to tell at this distance, but okay.
I'm muted. Jesus. It's a dark brown sedan that was following the other car. I have to stop hovering over the mute button. Because I click it without realizing it. So, yay. Jinx, what are you doing?
I'm going to get my my sniper gun.
Okay, so you're gonna get out of the apartment building, go into the alley where the RV is. Alright. And, Trins.
She's gonna turn and look at you, Monique, and says, "Are they usually shooting people like that? That seems really mean. Maybe we should find you in some place nicer." Yeah, I mean, that's just mean. They shut up the whole building and everything.
That's not mean. That's fucking deranged.
Okay, yeah, there's that. But I don't like to make judgments about people's mental status without actually having met them.
I'm not... screw mental status. They were trying to gun us down.
You'd be surprised at the number of people who try and shoot me.
Well, not me.
By the way, did you want me to try and see if I could maybe fix some of your, like, weather stripping? I can't do a lot for, like, the thinness of the walls, but I might be able to,
Just
get rid of some of
no!
the drafts.
This place is not safe. And she reaches over to the the clipper box. She opens it and she takes like a few bullets and start loading her revolver. And she's like, "Those motherfuckers, I'm gonna give them a piece of my mind." And she would leave the apartment to go downstairs, follow up with everyone.
Okay. Should I lock the door? she's like, I should check to see if the oven's. She's doing that like I should clean up kind of thing.
Trins,
Sure.
that was the absolute worst landlord speech about trying to recruit a new tenant that I have ever heard. We really got to get you some help on that kind of stuff.
I'm supposed to be recruiting people. I was just talking to her about the weather stripping.
All I'm saying is, obviously, she lives in a shithole that's people that don't like her already shot up. We could get her an
Oh!
apartment and possibly even with, a little bit of finagling, a shop somewhere.
Oh, I know some people that might like it. She's really nice. I think she might be. We could do that. We should tell her that. Should I do
That's-
the dishes too?
No, leave the dishes.
You know that they weren't really shooting at her so much as they were at us, right?
Yeah.
Why are
of
they
course.
shooting at us?
Because there's 200K on each of our heads. But the point is if she doesn't know that, and because she doesn't know that, it's an opportunity to get a hairstylist in house. You don't have your own like hair and makeup crew. Next best thing.
That would be cool. Also, just 200? Fuck.
200K per person.
Yeah, okay.
Who
I don't know
wants
about
us
you, but
dead
I've
that
never
badly?
had 200K on my head before. What? Not that I know of before on my head.
So
No.
not to pardon the derailment, but I feel like renting out our empty apartments is kind of lower on the priority scale, given that someone just tried to shoot us while we were having dinner.
I know, but they were chit-chatting under the table. Small talk can be business talk. Just like I can have this conversation right now while picking out buckshot out of this dumbass.
Oh, by the way, I refit the rig. There's the medical in there wasn't as good, but I did a little bit. It's not so great. I might be able to do better. I can do better next time.
That's fine. I don't waste
Should I
no
lock the
supplies.
door?
I don't know if she has her keys. I would close
Oh,
it
I
but
should-
not lock it. There are like 5 locks or something on there.
Okay, yeah, that'd be mean. Okay, so she like stacked the plates and like I should leave a note, and then just leaves the door and closes it behind her.
We'll skip a few seconds ahead. Jimenez, you're still in the on the streets. Well, before we skip, I need to check in with Jimenez. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're on the street with Dislocated Boy. What do you just keep holding on to him there, or
No, well, once he heard or once he felt the dislocation, he's going to get up and drag the guy off the street and unceremoniously dump him against the building wall with his brother.
okay? You don't get to be sad for Dislocated Boy. The moment you prop him against the wall, he falls down, looks up at you with like his glassy eyes, and takes off in a sprint. Or attempts to, anyway. His arm is dislocated. He's in tremendous pain. You put him, like, you basically make him, like, sit with his back against the wall. Right? And the moment he's sitting down, like, his butt touches the floor, he looks at you. And then goes to try to run away. What do you do? Like, you have, unless you don't do anything, he will manage to get up. But it's up to you what you want to do.
Can I grab his leg as he's getting up and running and
Like, trip him?
not even trip him because he's going to hold on to that leg but he'll yank on it so that he falls face first on the floor and further injures his arm.
Yeah, you hear a light crack as he falls on the pavement. He rolls around, trying to squirm. You see that his eyes are starting to lose focus. He's bleeding from the mouth and the nose. And he goes limp, unconscious.
Wow, what a pansy.
That was my self-insert.
I can't change my my sentiment.
So, now we're gonna skip a few seconds for everyone to gather. Jinx has her rifle. Jimenez has probably propped the guy up again. Reno comes down from the rooftops. Mr. White has finished helping as best he can the brother. Monique has crossed the street, her revolver in hand. She looks mighty pissed, but she doesn't do anything yet. Everyone is there but Trent, who's still in the apartment.
She's just hanging out, watching some movies. Put an old
She's
VHS of
coming.
Die Hard.
She's coming.
Okay.
Well, I saw a second car. Could be IEC or whatever's left of it out to get us. So with the, what was it, 200 grand on our heads?
Yeah.
Bounty hunters. They weren't very good.
They're not bounty hunters. They're amateurs. Just like Mr. Wannabe Solo, the pawn shop owner. It's all lies. I don't know the work.
Question is, how do they know that we're here?
What is his name? Santino. Some thug named Santino. I don't know much more about him than that. I mean, his reputation is scary enough to scare some people, not scary enough to worry too much about.
Didn't we hear Trent say that name?
Yeah, I'm talking about her brother and why he was up in prison.
Yeah, some Santino put him in or something.
Burned down her shop or something.
Mm-hmm.
Known for things like extortion rackets like that. At least that's
I think
the
I
word
would
on
like
the
to
street.
meet the Santino guy.
Yeah, he's back in Night City. But we can try and make something happen.
I mean, we can't even leave here until we find out what we're here for. They were investigating what? This IEC building that closed down?
I don't even know if Barrett's worth investigating. We were supposed to find out what was actually worth our time from the dead guy in the motel, and unfortunately,
I just don't see why it would be a plot to get us to drive out here in the middle of nowhere only to kill us. You're bound to be onto something, actually.
I don't even know if they wanted us out here. I think they found out that that guy was in contact, and we're trying to make the best out of a situation. But I don't know. I don't know any of these people around here. I'm kind of out of my circle. But that's why I put a call into Alt.
Which Santino are you talking about?
Your Santino.
Cool. He's here?
No.
He's here.
He's the one that sent the information to the locals about IEC putting a price tag of 200K on each of our heads.
That seems mean. Like, Santana wasn't usually that mean. And, like, I really don't think he'd be that mean.
All I know is that Larry said that a courier named, oh, what's his face? Some dude with only a first name. At least that's all Larry could remember. Who
Bruce?
works for Santino, is the one that gave him all the information about
Bruce!
Bruce, yeah.
Bruce is an asshole. That's not the same thing as saying Santino wanted us dead. That's just Bruce is being a dick.
Okay.
I mean, we could ask. It'd be weird. It'd be weird, wouldn't it? It would be really weird at this point.
Well, I don't think it has anything to do with why we're here or the evidence that was staged. I'm still convinced that all those photos were staged for us, that was a picture for us. Because otherwise, Connie's dude was creepy and not as helpful as Connie thinks.
Okay.
Monique says, so someone you know is trying to gun you down? For big bucks?
No. IEC is trying to kill us. Because somebody leaked a photo that was obviously morphed and modified that put one of our faces involved with the fiasco that went down in downtown Night City when their building there collapsed due to an ill-advised and misplaced demolition team.
So you pissed off IEC enough that they want... You pissed them off enough that they're going to doctor photos and make sure that you take the fall for something you didn't do. Is that what I...
Oh no, we definitely did it. Right? They're talking about the blowing up the... We definitely did that.
I prefer plausible deniability, but since the cat's out the bag,
I did it.
They were doing some stupid shit where they were turning a bunch of innocent people that they stole off the streets into psychos and setting them loose as weapons against all sorts of people. We found out about it.
I do it again, just to clarify. Do it again a million times over.
We put an end to the project.
Okay. So you're the reason why IEC went under.
Well, the reason that IEC decided to retract and consolidate. IEC is part of Militech. IEC will be around as long as IEC wants to be around, and Militech wants them around. They're basically a shell company with a bunch of their cast-offs or secret projects, whichever it is that they prefer to send. Just like any other big corp.
I get that. I would advise you saying anything about dealing a blow to IEC in this town. The locals won't take well to you taking their livelihoods and their limbs away.
That's why those yahoos are shooting at us rather than pros. Which is why I still don't believe that the bounty is real. Because if someone like Bruce was communicating on behalf of Santino, who was communicating on behalf of someone from IEC, supposedly, about this big bounty to a bunch of locals in a town that's mad that they lost their jobs. I mean, really, does that sound like the work of an actual fixer setting up a job?
No, it sounds like an amateur scrambling to silence a loose thread.
Or someone that's just trying to cause mayhem. But still, they're very amateur at setting things up. A good fixer knows how to do things. They know people, they have connections, they make sure that the job feels legit. But there's a lot of people who suck at their job. Hell, we ran into one in Night City who thought that they knew how to manipulate Jinx over there. And instead, we turned it around to get a favor from Arasaka.
Hmm.
It's funny how people don't realize how bad it is if you put the wrong person's name in your mouth and then try and use that as leverage against someone that's out of your league.
I mean, to be honest, this sounds like Bruce trying to make himself look better instead of Santino.
That's fine. But Bruce fucked up then.
Oh yeah, Bruce did fuck up. So
Because
and
Kiyoshi knows Santino's name as the one that's putting a hit on him and us.
And now
Friends is playing with her agent. Kind of anxiously at the moment.
And don't take lightly the stupid people putting my name in their mouth when it doesn't belong there.
Okay, but am I going to be included in all this?
I have no idea. I mean, only locals know that we even talked to you. But, I mean, the people around here don't seem to like you all that much.
Well,
We own
no.
an apartment building back in Night City. You're more than welcome to join us.
We
The
just
apartments are bigger, and they have hot and cold running water. There's no leakage in any of the weather stripping. I guarantee that. There's perfect. Well, I can arrange soundproofing for your desired, and I can arrange better facilities.
And we own the building.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's true.
Yeah.
Sure, we could set up a first floor retail spot for you as well.
Yeah, there's only one retail spot being used on the first floor.
okay. I'll think about it.
I mean, it's the least we could offer after what happened. It was completely unintentional. I didn't realize that the yahoos around here would actually take such a thing seriously. Enough to mount a machine gun to a janky old truck?
Don't get into the details. Trins will tell you exactly how it's done and how easy it is.
Yeah, but somebody's been watching old movies like Mad Max way too much. That kind
fun.
of thing doesn't work well when you're just slapping it onto, Grandpa's old farm truck that was falling apart and rusting in the yard.
It was not well
They're
done.
desperate then. They're just throwing cash at anybody in hopes that they.
They're not even paying. It's a rumor of cash, which is how I convinced Larry not to be an idiot. I know. It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, because, yesterday, all I had to think about was cutting hair.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, I saw the way you looked at that gun. Don't lie to me. You miss this kind of stuff.
This kind of stuff's dangerous.
Yeah. But you didn't leave Night City because you had a family you were protecting. You didn't leave Night City for a long-lost love that lived out in the boondocks. You either left Night City because there was enough danger to you personally that you had to, or because your presence there made it a danger to people you cared about more than your own whatevers. That's how it works. Nobody chooses to come out here.
No. But I, I guess I'll. Do you mind if I stick by you? 'Cause right now, I don't think my apartment's any safer.
Oh, I'd prefer it. I'd rather you be alive than not. You're the only decent person we've met in this whole town.
I'd like grab a bag of stuff that's important. Just in case we have to take off really quick.
Yeah, we can load it in the RV.
Yeah.
Where are we going to stay now? Because I'm pretty sure that motel room isn't an option at this point, and can't crash here.
We have an RV.
It's hidden pretty good. We could stay there.
It also has armor plating.
Or we can drive out into the middle of nowhere where nobody can find us and hang out there.
You seem to know what you're doing a lot more than I.
We just kind of wing it. Usually works out in our favor.
Yeah, I spent my entire life in triage. You just figure out what your options are and you move fast. Otherwise, people die.
All right, well, move fast.
I can't. My business isn't done here, so.
Well, that's why we're just going to hang out outside of town.
Know any pretty rock formations?
Around here, not really. I guess you'd have to go deeper into the desert.
Where do people go when they want to not be found?
Where do the teenagers go to fuck?
That's a much more straightforward version of what I tried to say. Thank you, Trins.
Oh, there's a car graveyard.
There's a car graveyard?
Oh, God.
Said the magic word. Said the magic word. Look what you've gone and done.
Perfect.
I think Trins has fallen in love.
I mean, you don't want to do anything there. It's not safe.
What's not safe about it?
Well, the teens go there to have a time.
Mm-hmm.
The car graveyard belongs to a gang.
Oh,
of
what gang?
raiders. Yes.
Oh, raiders, not an actual gang. Okay.
You can get, if you can get in, do your sneaky sex, and come out alive. Good for you. That's what got them all hyped up about that place.
Gotcha. It's all the thrill.
Yeah.
These raiders, do they hang out around the outskirts of town?
Like ATVs?
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't go there.
Yeah. Oops.
I mean,
It was their fault for trying to take us off the road.
really, Monique, you'll agree with me that an ATV versus a fully armored RV is a bad idea, right?
Who drives an RV?
He does.
We make do with what we have.
Okay.
Full kitchen, bedrooms, even minor medical facilities. I do need to fix those. Those would be better.
And, what are we gonna do with those two?
Oh,
Who are
we
they?
gonna question them or? Make them an example?
I'm always down for bidding in faces until they talk.
Well, one of them owes me answers for saving his brother. And then he's got to figure out how to get his brother to somewhere that has antibiotics before he goes septic and dies.
Is he awake?
No, they're both unconscious.
I can fix that.
How about this?
Hmm.
Wake them up, question them. I'll go with her to get her stuff from the apartment and bring it to the RV. And we go from there. And we meet at the RV.
Okay.
Oh, we'll go from there.
I'll go get stuff ready at the RV. You don't really need me here for these guys, do you?
I think we're good. Right, Reno? Right? My nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'll follow Trins and Jinx.
Everything will work out, Monique.
It always does.
Yeah. Not always the way we think it will, but it always works out in the end.
Well, I hope it does.
You and me both.
And Monique will leave with Jinx and Trins. We'll keep the camera, the focus on the scene outside on the street for now. The two bodies are still there. The bleeding has stopped on one of the brothers. So we have Bleeding Boy and we have Dislocated Boy.
Let's wake up Dislocated Boy.
A few slaps to the face. A bit shaking. Dislocated Boy. It hurts. My
Yeah.
face. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. You said that you were going to tell me whatever I wanted to know if your brother, or after I finished with your brother. He's across the street and breathing. You can go take him somewhere to get some antibiotics so he lives. And change his dressings. Because I don't have any of that stuff here in the street. So he's going to need some tender loving care from his brother. So you can get your $50 back. But first, I want to know who the old man in the pickup was.
Bad Santa?
Never seen him before. Headed
Like,
up
is
towards
that a
Night
bad
City,
joke?
so.
No, that's his name.
Bad Santa.
Oh, you know him.
And where is he from?
He's from Vegas.
And why is he here?
To get rich, I guess. He said, hired my brother and I to do the thing.
The shooting. Yeah.
Yeah. Was gonna give us $5,000 each. So.
For what?
Shoot down the apartment. Go around the block. Come back. Make sure everyone is dead. And snap a few pics, and that's it.
He's got a lot of money, but not a lot of skill.
Oh, I mean, they didn't get paid yet, so I'm assuming he doesn't have a lot of money either. So he didn't get paid up front.
We got paid a bit up front, but
Oh, okay. Well, that's one, a +1 in your favor. You'll have some money to be able to treat your brother. And you can take $50 of whatever he has.
already. Yeah, okay.
And he came from Vegas. He told you his name is Bad Santa.
Yeah.
What else do you know?
He's got a Santa Claus tat on his shoulder.
Okay.
And,
Do you have a phone number?
no.
How did he contact you?
Oh, we're at the bar. He was looking for people to help.
Gotcha. So this was just like tonight. He just strolled by and said, "Hey, let's go shoot some shit, and I'll pay you some money."
Yep. If I recall, it happened a bit after we heard that big explosion.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I know he's from Vegas. I don't know when he got in town. It was the first time I saw him was today.
Mm-hmm. All right. You're not leaving anything out, are you?
My head is spinning. I'm trying to remember everything. No, that's it.
Reno, make sure he's not lying.
I'll pull out. Gonna get a little graphic. I'm gonna pull out a knife and position it under one of his fingernails.
What are you doing that for? I told you everything. I know. I just.
Little poke. Little poke.
Ow!
Like, take it off. Or the
Who
whole
else did he
hand.
talk to?
There's bound to be something. Just something a smidge you missing.
He approached you first. You were like the first people through the door, and he's like, "Oh, great! I found the people I wanted." You didn't get turned down by anybody?
Oh, no. I went to the bars. Spoke to old Pete. And
Old Pete.
the owner of the bar.
Thank you. I'm not from around here, so I don't know these names. Thank you.
Okay, he talked with old Pete for a bit, and then got a bunch of drinks, and he went from. I was at the slot machine with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think he talked to other people because he left the bar with like he was double fisting, and when he got to us, he only had like one bottle.
Oh, that's promising. Thank you, Reno. You're very good at this.
I don't. Please, I don't want to die. I hurt like crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, there
Let me,
fucking broke my arm.
No, he didn't. He dislocated it.
But this. I don't even know what that means.
I'm gonna try and put it back in place.
Yeah, don't roll like with the bonuses you have. It's
Okay.
fine.
I will reset his arm.
There's a sharp cry of pain. But he tries not to move because the knife is still under his fingernail, and he doesn't like that.
You are a very good patient. So, your arm is reset. You can go get your brother now. And you're going to go somewhere where I am never going to see you ever again, right?
Yeah, none of y'all. I'm not. Yeah. You won't see me again.
Good.
Because next
Reno,
time.
we don't want to see him, right? Jimenez, we don't want to see him?
No,
No, in
'cause the
fact, I
next
think
time
you should
see
head in the opposite direction of Vegas, right? That way?
Something like that. What was that,
Along.
Jimenez?
You were gonna say something, Jimenez?
Yeah, because the next time I see you, I'm not going to just jump at you from 2 stories high. I'm going to drop you off of 5 stories.
I don't have 5 stories building here.
No,
I'll
but
take you to a
helicopters.
place.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna see us again. And he gets up, carefully looking at Reno and trying to move his hand away from the knife. Do you let him?
I let him go.
Okay. He gets up, he crosses half the street, and turns around and says, I remember, Bad Santa got a call today from Barrett. I don't know who that is. I
Barrett.
don't think it's the office here. But yeah, I saw it on his agent.
They have one in Vegas.
Huh?
So,
They said that they have one in Vegas.
I don't know.
wait, you said you saw it on his agent.
Yeah.
Did you recognize the area code?
No, there was just a name. It's a Barrett.
That's all it said.
Hmm.
Okay.
You would know, like, if you create like a custom contact or something. It's just the name, or
Gotcha.
whatever information you want to put on there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know who.
No, I appreciate that. It's very good of you to remember and
And
to share.
he goes and grabs his brother.
Don't forget antibiotics. Otherwise, he's going to have a lot of and clean dressing. Okay. He's going to need you to take care of him. He'll probably owe you more than $50 after this. He'll owe you his life.
That's cool. I still have a good bottle of dressing at home.
No, gauze and like clean. Like you want to clean the wound with something like, oh, I don't know. What kind of thing would they actually have in this town? Rubbing alcohol, not drinking alcohol. And then put some clean, like bandages, not salad dressing.
Yeah, I can probably do that. And he takes his brother up and like starts carrying him, limping away. Leaving the three of you where you stood a few moments ago.
Man, what a fucking day.
Never a dull moment.
And Jimenez is just going to walk towards the RV.
The other three at the RV. You get there, nobody has touched it. Nobody has moved the tarp whatsoever. It's still there. You inspect it very quickly. You look underneath it. Look around it. Look on top of it. Nobody's tampered with your armored vehicle. Everything is there. Everything is as you left it.
Well, does this mean we hit up the casinos?
Why would we hit casinos? I don't know anything about casino.
It's Vegas.
Eh. I don't
It's
get it.
it hasn't changed in like 200 years.
I'm just gonna let you all know the distance. Because you have a thing for,
Yeah, pull up the Google Maps in Cyberpunk.
Yes.
I was actually gonna ask that earlier. Like,
because just so you remember, Jimenez has something in 2 days.
that's right.
Right? Because you got there,
Well, then we just win big in Vegas and we private jet back to Night City. It's great.
uh-huh.
It's
Yeah,
foolproof.
we gotta be in Springfield in 2 days. The promo's here.
It's in Springfield. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there
then we
were
just come back to
shooting,
England.
okay, let me just check, Okay, so you left there, took that road, went up here, and Okay, so it would be modern day Coaldale. God, it looks like a dump. Just how I like it. You're 4 hours away.
Oh. Thank God, we can actually get a nice hotel room.
Oh, we going to Vegas? Okay, we can go to Vegas. Everybody in the back. I'm driving.
Like my bike.
Do you want me to let you ride the bike in town or out of town?
Out of town.
Fair.
And you drive off into the night south to Las Vegas. That's where we're gonna end tonight's game. Can't wait to show you Cyberpunk Las Vegas. But I hope everyone had fun today. I hope these hectic few hours that you've spent in Springfield have not given you a sour taste of left a sour taste of the town in your mouth or something like that. The words don't come out right at the moment. So let's go around the table, tell us who you are, where we can find you on the internet, what do you have going on in your lives, because I'm going to stop talking now. Let's start with Adelaide.
That is me. I'm Adelaide Gardner, Adelaide on Twitter. I am 1/4 of a company called Action Fiction, where we make role-playing games. And with all the news about Wizards of the Coast, you might want to be looking for some indie RPGs. So in the fall, ideally, we are coming out with 2. One called Toys R Me, and then my baby, which is called Anomaly, a science fiction horror RPG. We're very excited to keep an eye out for that. I'm in multiple games throughout the week and a podcast, so check that out. That's all on my Twitter at @OAdelaide.
Anino.
How's it going, everyone? My name again is Anino. You can find me on Twitter at Anino Gaming. And this weekend, I have my usual stream schedule. So Saturdays and Sundays will be on the Other Dog channel for Invisible Sun and Ghost of Saltma. You can find my schedule on Twitter. I try to keep that as up to date as I can. So.
Next, Rin.
Hey, I'm Rin. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you can find me here playing Cyberpunk on Fridays or Sisterhood of the Magical Blade on Thursdays, which is quirky anime game where we're crazy. Otherwise, I'm Burns Through the Rain in the Twitch chat or at Heaven's Nate on Twitter. And yeah, that's it.
Hello again, Chumbas. I'm Chris Geary. You can find me here on Fridays playing Cyberpunk as Dr. Frost, aka Mr. White. On Mondays, starting on the 13th, so a week from this upcoming Monday, Castle Falkenstein launches Season 3 here on Wandering DM, Adventures in Castle Falkenstein. And we will be in Venice and exploring more puzzles, mysteries, and all kinds of fun. You can also, you should also reach out to me about, if you're interested, about checking out some early playtesting and early access to Omens Rising, a card-based, card-based fantasy role-playing game that is very much connected to cartomancy and heavily inspired by Japanese RPGs. So we've got a great team, and we are still recruiting more people to be a part of that team. So yeah, find me on Twitter at Chris Geary.
Oh, hey, all. You know me. I'm at Durgidolman on Twitter, or Prexagorth as me for you, as you see me around on Twitch. And you will not see me here tomorrow because it is a holiday, so there will not be any Black Flag, but you will see me over on my channel next week at 11 a.m. finishing out our recitation and digressions with the Aeneid. And then on Wednesday over on Tales from the Grim, we have Witcher Family of Wraiths continuing. That's fun. That's a lot of fun. And then back here around the horn for Thursday for Sisterhood of the Magical Blade, and Friday here as we take a road trip to Vegas. Fun times.
It is going to be a fun time. I might be quizzing Talsorian a lot this week about what is Vegas going to look like in 2045. That said, I'm Simon at Wandering DM. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you to all of you who hung out in chat. Thank you for the donations, the subs, the everything. Thank you to those of you watching the VOD on YouTube. Thank you to all of our sponsors, Our Talsorian Games, Mage and Press, Found Familiar, Roll20, and thank you to our partners, Level Up Dice. If you are interested, I now have a Patreon. If you want to support Wandering DM and join a nice community, check out the link in chat. It is going to... I'll pop it up. Oh, there we go. The link is in chat. Thank you, Deirdre. Check it out, and we will see you again on... I will actually not be on Capri the Gamer this Sunday. We'll be back on Thursday for Sisterhood of the Magical Blade. And then Friday for Vegas, baby. So have a good night, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.